If you were to bite off a kneecap, how would it look?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network. It is Friday. It's been a great week here, but it's going to be an even better weekend. Hopefully, if this rain gets out of the way here in Metro Detroit, but around the state, if you're going up north, looking beautiful. Good morning to you. My name is Stick. To my right this morning.
What up, though? It's Corey.
To my left this morning.
It's Joey. Let's go the weekend.
Yes, and then we also have Alex making sure we look good in the producer booth, and we have Jeff, his last day as our sound producer. Fish will be back on Monday, and then our show will be complete. So thank you for all your hard work you've done this week, Jeff, and everybody. Jeff is not wearing a hat today, so everybody will be pleased about the hair presence that we have on the show. So
Naked
thank you,
for
Jeff.
the last show.
Yep. Yeah, that's it, Corey, right there. That's it.
Just showing out for the last show. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. I mean, coming up at 9 a.m., we got your chance to qualify for Kick for Crypto. $25,000 could be yours a week from today. We are doing the finale, so make sure you get in on that. Also, we got NBA Finals predictions coming up. COVID is becoming an issue again, and I didn't want to ever have that conversation again on this show, but after yesterday, we kind of got to talk about it. But first, we started off the show yesterday talking about Michael Brockers, talking about the Lions, right? Mm-hmm. Well, he goes further with his comments about Dan Campbell and how he likes the way Dan Campbell's coaching, and he compared him to Sean McVay yesterday. Then I read that he says this could be a quick turnaround because he's been on teams that started out like 3-14 or 3-13 and then made the playoffs the next year. And he thinks that could happen here. Now, the general consensus is the Lions are going to suck this year, right? Like everybody, when I said they were going to have a losing record, everybody called me a homer. Like I said they were going to be, 8-9? And everybody called me a homer.
So consensus is we're going to have an awful season.
Right. So it is what you want to say it is. But when you have players that have been a part of a turnaround like this, bringing up that they're pretty confident that we could do this in year one, does that make you guys kind of reevaluate what you're thinking? Because I know I was the only one up here having them with 8 wins. Everybody else, you guys had them like 6 and 5, right?
I had 8.
You had 8? Okay.
Yeah, I had 8 as well.
I had them at 5. I had 5 and 12, 6 in max. And
does that sway you at all?
I got to be honest, man. It doesn't. It doesn't sway me one bit. I mean, Michael Brockers, thank you for coming into Detroit and giving us this great morale, bringing out your pom-poms and drinking the Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid. I love it, man. Thank you very much. But let's not kid ourselves. This is a 5 to 6 win team at max. They have too many question marks at wide receiver, too many question marks at linebacker, too many question marks in the secondary. There are just too many question marks with this team. Granted, they have the opportunity to have a quick turnaround. Everybody has the opportunity to have a quick turnaround. So, yes, the Lions have the opportunity to go 8 wins, 9 wins, 10 wins. Hell, they have the opportunity to go 17-0. Will it happen? Hell no. Let's not kid ourselves. Granted, this is going to be a better team when you're talking about from a culture standpoint. You got rid of the cancer that is Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn. So automatically, just off of that alone, this is going to be a better team. But still, even though this is going to be a better team from a morale standpoint, Matt Patricia had a better roster than Dan Campbell has right now. Dan Campbell has a product that remains to be seen with too many question marks from the roster to even how well the coach will perform. Granted, all-star potential coaching staff. We don't know how all of these guys are going to work. We've seen Deuce Staley as an assistant running back coach, assistant head coach before. Okay. We've seen Anthony Lynn's work. That's the one thing that is proven, his work as an offensive coordinator. When he's an offensive coordinator, he usually has top tier running back. So I'm looking to see what he does with DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams and, bringing in the rookie Jamar Jefferson. Curious to see how that running back committee works out. Outside of that, I have nothing to hang my hat on. Quintez Cephas, okay, he's going to be good. Tyrell Williams, okay, but too many question marks. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown, he could be a shocker for some people, but again, I'm not going to go ahead and crown these guys yet. He's come. I love the fact that he's coming in for a fresh perspective. He did mention that Jeff Fisher year, and Jeff. Let's look at some similarities real quick between Matt Patricia and Jeff Fisher in their final year. Both of them won 4 games in their final seasons. Both of them got fired after being blown out. So I guess you can see right there, like, all right, cool, we got the quick turnaround. Jeff Fisher's last year with the Rams, he was 4-9 before being fired, lost 42-14. Matt Patricia's 4-7 before he got fired, he had that 41-25 debacle at the Thanksgiving game. But outside of that, it's too early to just jump on that bandwagon. But hey, bravo, Michael.
Well, I am firmly on that bandwagon, because really, I know you said that the roster is different, but I think we've been over this a couple times, like when Justin Rogers was in here and we were talking about if you compare the offensive line this year to last year, better offensive line. You compare running backs, better running backs. You compare defense, it's yet to be seen, but what you've reported so far from training camp and OTAs that the defense already feels that they're going to be more in tune with the game, and they're actually being coached up and being put in positions to win. So I kind of disagree on Patricia had a better team than they do now. I actually see a lot of improvement this year. And if you remember last year, Adrian Peterson, he said it. He's like, this team isn't that far off. Like, they're close. All they need to do is adjust a few things, and maybe we made the proper adjustments. If we didn't, obviously it's not going to happen, but bringing in a new coach that's bringing in a new culture, that's getting all these guys fired up, you're going to get a different version of players. Like, look at Jelani Tavai for, like, a prime example of this. He's still on the roster from last year. Last year, he was fat, right? He was Professor Clump fat. This year, he's dropping 30 pounds. They got him in the right position. They're training these guys different and using their pieces in different positions, and that's what good coaches do. They take the strength of their players and put them in the strength position for them to win. And I know, like, I'm a fan of the Lions. I'm never going to deny that. But when I hear other players that have experienced this come in and talk about it, it's like, okay, they've seen it. They've lived it. So who am I to say that it can't happen and it won't happen? I'm with Bo right there. 8-9 still. I still think that's their
He was
peak.
at 8 to 9 wins.
Oh, 8 to 9 wins.
So even 9 possibly wins.
I think 8 is their peak, but at the same time, that goes plus or minus 2 in my book.
Okay, so if he doesn't get 8 to 9 wins, what do you think about his first year?
I'm not going to... That's a good
That's
question.
what I'm saying.
Right. I won't be disappointed if they win 5 games. I'll actually be kind of shocked if they win 5 games, but I won't be disappointed because of the general consensus of what they're supposed to be. But at the same time, if the players believe, the coaches believe, and we got people that have been through it telling us we can do it, I have no reason not to believe Brockers.
I have no reason not to believe Brockers. It's more so of just being realistic about what we have about what the Lions have right now on paper. It is not an 8 to 9 win roster. With the all-star coaching staff, everything comes together. If they have the potential, if that potential shows up on the field, it can be 8 to 9 wins, but again, if everybody goes into the season thinking 8 to 9 wins and the Lions do not get the 8 to 9 wins, we know this is a fickle fan base. They're going to run this guy out of town. Oh, look at what he did with the race car helmet. Oh, look at what he did with the bite of the kneecaps. They're going to go back with a fine-tooth comb and go over every little thing that he did over the top and say, this is why they didn't get 7 wins. This is why they didn't get 8 wins. This is why they didn't get 9 wins.
What would you want the bar to be set at, though, Corey? 8 or 9 wins or a Super Bowl like Matthew Stafford has on his plate?
For right now, for Dan Campbell's first season, I would like the bar to be set at somewhere between 5 to 6 wins. I think that he can be 1 win better with the roster they have right now than Matt Patricia last year. If they get 7, 8, cool. I just don't want that to be the expectation because I believe in Dan Campbell. I believe that this guy can be the coach for the long term. I just don't want so much put on his plate where the expectations are so high where if he does not get that 8 to 9 wins, this fan base is ready to run this guy out of town in year 1. And the thing is, we know Lions fans will do that.
Any Lions fan that does that is stupid as hell. We signed this dude to a 6-year contract. If you think it's going to be over after year one, just quit now, leave, go be a Bengals fan. Do what you got to do.
And the thing is, they do not care. It's in the best for me. I'm looking at long term. I'm thinking like this. I want them to go on the Pistons type of season. I want them to be competitive. I want to see them compete in each game. I want them to be a little bit better than last year, but if they go out and they perform, great. That just means that Dan Campbell is the guy. He went in here and he pushed more out of them. But I honestly want these picks to hit.
Marty.
I love that. The bar is low. Sincerely, Coach Marty. So we got Dose of Dion, one of our contributors here at Woodward Sport. He does a great YouTube. Just everything he does is great on
All his
YouTube.
live stream shows, his takes, everything that he does, all supporting the Lions.
So he was at our NFL draft party, and let's see what Dose of Dion has to think about Brockers and saying that, hey, we could turn this around year one. Dion, welcome to the show, man.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Please tell me this is working.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
good. So I've had some issues with that. I'm glad we're good this time. Hey, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on. I love it. I hear some optimism, man. I feel like I've heard a lot of people sitting with the 5 wins and stuff, but I got some 8s in here this morning. That feels good. I'm always on that train. You know, I always got some optimism. But I saw that last night, the whole Michael Brockers thing, and I was like, okay, the players are talking about this. I was like, when have the players talked about like this in the past? You know, saying things like this. I mean, I've always said things like that. Oh yeah, they could turn it around. But seeing Brockers, I think you see multiple players like, hey, this thing could turn around pretty quickly. Tyrell not looking at this like a rebuild. You know, of course, they don't want to look like as a rebuild because, you know, they're trying to earn a deal. But no, I'm optimistic. I'm kind of in the range of 7 to 10 right now. That's kind of where my wins are. I don't know my exact win total right now. I'll probably do that closer to the season. But that's kind of what I'm feeling.
I love it, man. See, good. Another person that's optimistic with me on all of this. That's what I like to hear, you know, because Corey's talking about the fan base, how they would turn on Campbell after this year if we put this much pressure on him and he doesn't succeed. What do you feel about Dan Campbell and what he's brought to the table so far?
My favorite part of what Dan Campbell has brought, and, you know, I haven't been at the practice and stuff. My favorite part, though, is the coaching staff he's put together. I'm loving everything the coaching staff is doing. I love the approach that they came in with of, we're not coming in here to replace everybody, you know, start the rebuild now. This is how we want to do it. We need our guys. They came in, I think, open-minded. Here's who we have to work with, you know, and then we're going to try to put you in the best spots. I feel like they did it defensively, and they're doing it offensively as well. And that's my favorite part of what the Dan Campbell has done. See, I was never big on the trade that we needed a coordinator, we needed a DC as our coach. You know, we've had that. I just wanted a guy that could come in and had experience. We have that now. But also a guy that's put together this staff because, you know, their job, you know, do your thing. You run your offense, you take control of the defense. He's got to manage everything. And that's my favorite part is he came in, he didn't hire buddies. He hired guys that are proven, that have done their thing. And then you get the guys like Dom Capers who are helping out, John Dorsey in the front office. That's been my favorite part.
Yeah, and it's not like in the past how we have a Patriots way. It's more so a Dan Campbell way. And that's what I love most about it. He came in, he did his thing, and he made changes that he needed to. What part of the organization are you looking forward to seeing most this year? Like, is it the defense? Is it the offensive lineman? What part do you focus on this season?
Man, I'm excited for all of it, man. Dude, I don't even know. Like, I almost want to just say, I mean, I want to see what the Trey Flowers, Romeo, and that defensive line can do. Because the more I look at it, I know I've seen Todd Walsh use this, guys like that in the past. So I'm like, okay, I can see how this works. I can see what he's looking for. And if we can stop that run, you know, we got the big guys on there. I know Brockers can stop the run. I'm excited to see if we can muster up some pass rush. When you have all the guys that can do it, you have the guy that put together Saxville, you have the guy in Dom Capers, you know, who, you know, put together the whole zone blitz. So I'm excited for that aspect. And then probably the receivers as well. I feel like it's getting some tape, understandably. But I would like to see him go out and surprise some people. And, of course, you have to say Jared Goff because, you know, that's our guy now. I just want to see what Jared Goff can do this season.
What do you really think about this receiving core? Let's be real. What do you really think about this? Because I mean, Quintez Cephas, he had promise last year. Tyrell Williams, we're banking on Tyrell Williams to have perfect kill. We're banking on Amon-Ra St. Brown to be a stand down. We're banking on Brashad Perryman to be Brett Perryman. Where's your optimism coming from with this wide receiving core?
Man, you hit it. You hit it. The most important thing is staying healthy. That's 100% it. If I knew they were healthy the whole season, I would have a lot more confidence. That's my biggest concern because everybody's been dealing with injuries. Everybody we've brought in seems to have injuries in their past. But I would say if healthy, what I like about it is I just like the positions I think that they're going to fill in. I think it's similar to what you saw the Chargers build when you talk about the types of receivers that we had when Anthony Lynn was there, when he had brought in Mike Williams, and then he put Tyrell in the slot. And he ate from the slot, and then they obviously had their Keenan Allen. And then I also have a little bit of a mix from the Rams, because when Cooper Kupp stepped in year one, all of a sudden he became the top guy for Goff, right? I mean, it was his rookie season, 3rd-round pick. I have a lot of confidence in St. Brown before the draft. I thought he'd be much higher than a 4th-round pick. So
that's right.
We got to expect, they got to stay healthy. It is a little optimism. I'm not saying they're going to be a top unit, but I definitely don't put him at the bottom because I've seen the way Anthony Lynn has utilized these guys, how successful a guy like Tyrell Williams has been. He's been a number 1. He showed us he could be a number 1, and he balled out. And then when he got pushed to the slot, he balled out there. Rashad Perriman's very interesting one, but I even think recently he's been a lot better. Now, the Jets wasn't great, but, he was on the Jets. It was like, okay, Joe Flacco again, what are we doing here? I think Rashad Perriman's been much better than what, kind of the label was put on him since the beginning of his career with the Ravens where he dropped everything. He's had better hands since then. So I got a little more optimism. I'm not saying they're in the top half, but I don't put them at 31.
Here's my point. Listen, our offensive line could potentially be a top 5 offensive line in the NFL this year. What do you need to get your wide receivers open? Time. And if the quarterback has time, it doesn't matter how long the wide receiver or how good the wide receivers are. NFL wide receivers have the ability to separate if they're getting 5-6 seconds. And we haven't had this luxury in the past. And to me, that's one major change that's happening this year that we haven't seen, to where we can rely on, oh my God, not only are we going to pound the ball at people with a huge line and potential top 5, like I said, our quarterback's going to have time to go through his progressions. Then we could run play action. As you know, Goff is like the #1 play action quarterback of the past 2 years. So when he's protected, Goff performs at a very, very, very high level. And the wide receiver core, we've seen it with Tom Brady. It really doesn't matter if the scheme is right if you're throwing out any wide receiver and the quarterback has time and is accurate. To me, that's the biggest change in this year from last year, and that's the thing that's going to put us over the top. I'm with you on the defense, though. I'm interested to see how the 4-3 to the 3-4 is going to change our approach, because I like pulling like Flowers off the line and have him standing up and his ability to attack from anywhere, because that was our problem last year. We had 4 down linemen, but we only sent 4 every single play, and you knew where they were coming from. This year, you're not going to know. It's going to be a guessing game. We're going to punch you in the mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, man, you make me excited over here. See,
That's my job.
No, I'm with you. The offensive line, and then you have the depth. You have Crosby if something happens, and you know what he's going to give you. And it honestly just ties me right back to the whole coaching staff thing. And I think Anthony Lynn working with Jared Goff, they're installing this offense around what Jared Goff does well, not necessarily just putting a scheme here and saying, Goff, you're going to fit into this, and we'll see if it works tonight. If it doesn't, we're moving on. So I like that, the way that they're building it. But I also like the coaching staff with the running backs because, the run game does open the pass, and we've had a lot of names. We've had offensive linemen come through. We've had running backs come through, and we haven't had great success drafting running backs. I like what we added, but not only did we add talent in the running game, we also brought in this guy in Anthony Lynn who's proven I can build a running game. Deuce Staley, who's been working in Philadelphia for a long time, surviving regime changes and getting a lot out of his running backs. He's done great things. When guys goes down, guys step up. So that's why it's my favorite part is his staff. And you're right, if you have all day, man, if that offensive line plays well, same thing with the defense, the defensive line, everything that comes off of it. So you can surprise a lot of people.
So the season just a couple weeks away from starting. I can't believe that's finally here.
That is wild.
Are we making any upgrades to the wall behind you during the show? During your show?
Yeah, do we got to send you a Goff jersey, man? What's going on?
Yeah, no, we got to make some upgrades, man. I for some reason I haven't got it yet. I just have like some weird feeling someone will change the number. I know it won't happen, but I got to make some upgrades. I got the Jamar, we're rocking the Jefferson today. But the background does need some upgrading. We got Spielman. I guess that kind of counts. He's here. He's helping.
That Spielman's sick, man.
It is.
We got to hide that number 9.
Yeah. It's not even mine, actually. It's my uncle's. He brought it over. Yeah, the number 9, until the season starts. And then we got the gamble over here. But No, we need to make some upgrades though.
I'm gonna sit in the golf jersey. We gotta hide that. If we're gonna have all this optimism and drink this Kool-Aid, we gotta hide that. We gotta hide Stat Pafford and give you golf and have that up there for the right juju.
Oh yeah, it'll change. It'll change by the season's rolling around. We'll get something else up there.
Question: what are your thoughts about this? The defensive line. I mean, I think there's some questions. There's some question marks there as well about what are they gonna do with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest question for me is probably that you're going to be asking a lot of young guys to step up. And we know that defensive line, like offensive line, can take time to develop. That's why it was like, all right, it's good we keep Crosby because Sewell, it could take a little bit of time. But then it brings me back to Todd Walsh. And I like what Todd Walsh has done in the past, working with defensive linemen from, Seattle, Tampa, and then getting with Jacksonville and kind of working that together. I do like the idea of pushing, Trey and Romeo to outside linebackers on base sets because I think it gives us a lot more size, and the focus is stop the run. We got to be able to stop the run. Last season we were doing this with those guys on the line. So it was like we lacked a lot of size last season. So I like the mix that it gives you. It gives you ability to, bring different guys. And I think obviously in passing downs, you're just getting after it anyways, right? You're just putting those guys back on the defensive line. So the biggest thing for me is, can those rookies play a good role? I know Penasini's here, which is nice for nose tackle, so I know we have that. But, if you're asking a guy like Levi to start, he's sort of raw a little bit. He didn't play that much in college. So I'm excited for the change of moving them back on base sets because I think we've seen it work. But at the same time, it's going to be asking a lot of the rookies. That's my biggest concern.
And that's my biggest thing right there is we're asking a lot of people to step up. We're asking for basically for them to have 8 to 9 wins or even more. It has to be the perfect storm. Everything has to click right. One cog in that system goes wrong, you're back at 6 to 7, 5 to 6.
Yeah. It's a good point.
As I said, that'll be the perfect storm.
Well, the good thing is that we got some reliable depth. I feel like behind it. We do have Hand if he's healthy. I'm not saying he's reliable in terms of health. If he's healthy, and you got your Nick Williams, but you're right. I mean, the rookies, they do have to step up. Guys are kind of going to be forced to step up this year and see what they can do. So I think you're right. But, man, I think the perfect storm is more than 9 wins. I think, if everything goes right, I think we're pushing double digits at that point. So
let's go. Playoffs, baby. Playoffs, baby.
If they all fall out, man, we're talking playoffs, talking playoff wins. Like, come on, man.
Talking playoffs. Oh, man. Well, Dosa Dion, thank you for coming on with us this morning. I love your energy. I love your passion for the Lions. Obviously, you and I share the same optimism.
That's what I love about him.
He's our adopted son, man.
Is.
He is the only thing good that's ever come out of Ohio. Dose of Dion right here on the Woodward Sports Network. So thank you, Dion. We appreciate you. But saying that, he's got a Chris Spielman behind him, and Charles Woodson came out of Ohio. But, yeah, you know what I mean. But thank you for coming out with us, Dion. And thank you for all your YouTube videos. They're great, man. And I love watching them. And keep doing what you do. And I can't wait for football season, man. We got to get to a game.
Oh, man, I'm pumped. Full capacity? Come on, man. They can't be saying that. They can't be saying that now. I'm buying tickets already. Appreciate you guys having me on, man. It's awesome coming on.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. And to that full capacity, COVID has kind of reared its ugly head in the sports world, and we're going to talk about that. Not only has it affected MLB, but it's now affecting the USA Olympic basketball team. We'll talk about that next. But first, let me tell you about our people at Coast Portland. I mean, it's rainy out. It's going to be kind of a weird weekend here in Detroit, but that's when you need all of your camping supplies and everything to be perfect. So go to coastportland.com right now. Enter WSN20 for 20% off your order. You can go to their website, check out all the stuff they have, like the flashlights are super durable, the headlamps, the knives are really just part of what you need. This has literally become a part of my hip. So make sure you go to coastportland.com right now, enter promo code WSN20, do some shopping today.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. So thank you guys for listening digitally on all of our platforms, including our app. If you haven't downloaded our app, make sure you do it today. It's available in the Google or Apple Play stores, and you can just search Woodward Sports Network or WSN Live, and you can download it for free. Makes it real easy to take Woodward Sports with you anywhere that you go. All right, I didn't want to have this conversation. I thought we were done with these conversations, but we got to have this conversation.
It is back.
It's back. I mean, honestly, this is how I felt like early on in the COVID stages about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, when they first canceled sporting events. And last night was the first time without any sporting event in the United States for like over a year and a half. I think May 2020, when COVID was really roaring, they didn't have any sporting events. And last night, because the Yankees and the Red Sox got canceled due to COVID, we didn't have any sports last night. Zero sports last night, which was weird. And I know if Fish was here, he'd be like, well, Australia was playing rugby. And it's like, yeah, I know, Fish. We're talking about...
I mean, it's crazy because, like, not even baseball. They just finished their All-Star week, so baseball's resuming today.
Well, it was supposed to resume yesterday.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Like Brian Cashman from the Yankees, this is what he had to say about his team coming down with COVID.
It's all currently within the player population. So the confirmed, and I can share with you, obviously, Loaizaga, Nestor Cortez, and Wandy Peralta have been positive now for COVID and confirmed. And then we have 3 pending situations that on a rapid test on multiple repeated versions are positive, and we're waiting for lab-based tests to give us a final official confirmed. So we could be as high as 6 from the player population pool right now, but we're taking every step necessary to try to walk through this.
So the Yankees have about 6 people in COVID protocol right now, and like I said, this isn't only affecting the Yankees. It has now moved on to Team USA. Bradley Beal has been taken off the team. Like they're just
sent home.
Yeah, just sent home.
Yep.
And then it's been reported now our own Jeremy Grant is on the protocol watch list. I guess
he's in the health and safety protocols.
Yep.
Has not tested positive for COVID though.
Right. Greg Popovich seems to think that Jeremy Grant will be able to join the team in the Olympics, but we don't know at this point, right?
What does that mean? Because does that mean he was in contact with Bradley Beal? Because they didn't even say that Bradley Beal really got it. So I'm confused by all of this. I mean, if it's Jeremy Grant, wouldn't it be the entire Team USA then?
You would assume so, right? You would assume so. And with the Yankees, like they were one of the first teams to reach like 85% vaccination rates. So you would think that this problem would have taken care of itself, especially with the vaccines and everybody taking them. And but as we've learned, people with vaccines can still catch COVID. Like Rich Eisen, he told his whole story about it, and he got COVID worse when he had the vaccine than he ever had it before. So
my scare with this though is, there's always those individuals that they put into the safety and health protocol and they have them miss a game. But today, Team USA versus Australia is now canceled.
Yes.
The men's game. The women's game is still going on.
So when you look at that, that's what I'm like a little bit worrisome of. What does this mean? Is there more to it that we don't know about? Because they're not canceling it just for a health protocol. I would assume so.
Well, I mean, they got to be very careful because they're in Vegas right now, right? Yeah. The NBA, the Olympic teams are all playing each other in Vegas right now, and they did that to kind of hopefully put everybody in a bubble so they could go play in the Olympics and not have to worry. But now that bubble is infected, so do you shut down the whole thing that's going on in Vegas right now and just ship everybody's ass home?
I don't have the right answer for this one, to be quite honest. I think right now the main thing you do is what they're doing right now is monitoring the situation and taking it case by case. Right now, I think the first step was canceling the game just to see what you're dealing with, see how many players have it, make sure everybody goes through the proper testings and whatnot. But let's go back to the Red Sox real quick. 6 of those guys who did catch who did catch COVID, they are vaccinated. They were just asymptomatic. So that's something to also look at. And also, too, this is their second time for the Yankees having a COVID outbreak this season. Just a couple of weeks ago, Chris Paul missed a couple of games due to COVID. He ended up testing positive. So I think right now they just have to find some different ways to get this under control a little bit more, because COVID's not going anywhere. It's here.
Right. It's going to be, it's like the flu. It's going to be around forever.
It's going to be around. So they're going to have to find some ways to get around it. Like I said, I don't have the right answer, but I think what they're doing right now, just by monitoring the situation, canceling games, at least until they know how to get this under control again, that is a smart thing to do. I don't think going and canceling everything like last time is the way to go, because I think because the things are a lot more under control than what they were before.
Yeah, but it's just scaring me that we're back to the point of canceling games. You know, like I thought this shit was over, and is it going to affect full capacity? The Lions just announced Ford Field is going to be at full capacity. Well, if this shit's starting back up and they want to protect the players again and want to make sure that this doesn't happen to where they're going to ruin the season, NFL's a different animal, though. They're like, we're playing no matter what. Come hell or high water, we're playing.
They're seeing that dollar sign, too. There's nothing stopping that for another year.
I thought we were over the hill, man. And for this shit to get brought back up again and to be a part of it where it's canceling games, it scares me, honestly. Not COVID scares me, but what the reaction is going to be to round 2.
I mean, the reaction for round 1 scared us all. You know, we didn't expect that. Obviously, they had to do what they had to do. But now looking at this possibly coming back, because they're saying, the Delta variant, I think that's what it's called?
Yep.
The Delta variant. Is that what this all is now?
I mean, let's be...
Ain't the Spirit variant.
I'm just saying,
the
Delta variant.
Have you seen that meme that, like, Delta's like, whoever named this the Delta variant, like, fuck you, and then Corona below it comments on Twitter, like, welcome to the club, fam.
It's the greatest.
Well, from a few things that I've read, LA is having an issue with the Delta variant. Now, LA is not Vegas, but they're not too far apart from each other.
No.
But, couple hours.
And that's crazy because California is the most strict of all the states, essentially. So
they're still on some lockdown.
So it just goes to show that there was no right or wrong way to handle this. You just have to go through it. Like, you can't hide from it. You just got to go through it. And we're at to the point now where if they're canceling Yankees, Red Sox, then that means, to me, it's a serious thing, because that is one of the biggest rivalry in all of sports.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they don't want to throw away that money. It's the first game out of the All-Star break. Like, MLB... This is a shaky time right now, and I feel like we're at a tilting point again of if we're going to go back to the lockdowns and all that bullshit, or are we going to see through this and continue as a society?
I don't think we're going to go back to the lockdowns, but I do think that some restrictions are going to indeed come back. And one of those restrictions I can see coming back is the requiring to wear face coverings. I think that when you go into the showing off the vaccination card, that can get a little bit too tricky. Because, I mean, I'm going to be real. I know people who can make a lot of fake shit. So you can easily... I have my vaccination card on me. It is not that hard it's not that hard to copy if you're smart and know what you're doing. It's something you can actually duplicate. But I think face coverings could be coming back if this situation starts to get out of control. But as far as like going back on lockdown and stuff getting, and attendance getting restricted, I don't see that, because the doors are already open. These teams are making money. They're like, nah, we already took the L last year. We're not about to take back-to-back years of L's.
Well, let's hope it just doesn't keep escalating, because, yesterday I was like, okay, the Yankees have it. Then I was like, oh, my God, Bradley Beal's off the team. Oh, my God, Jeremy Grant is in question now. And it's just like, now these stories are starting to pile up. If it was just a couple one-offs, like when Chris Paul got it, it's like, oh, okay, it's going to happen. There's going to be people here and there that get it. But now it's like, holy shit, like, it's affecting USA Basketball. It's affecting MLB. Chris Paul had it. Now it's starting to become bigger than just a one-off.
And I think this was to be expected. As soon as things open back up, there are still people who've never been tested positive for COVID, or who never don't even know what their status is. So I think we should have expected some type of situations like this to happen once everything kind of opened back up to normal.
Yeah, well, we'll find out what happens, and hopefully the worst case scenario doesn't. I do not want to go back into the lockdown. I know some people would be excited as hell to keep getting those stimmy checks, but let's just get this society
you
back
lazy
rolling.
asses. We ain't worried about you.
Yeah, go make the money, earn it, create something, do something. No, but either way, let's just hope that this doesn't spiral out of control and more things get canceled, and it leads to canceling of us being able to experience home games and just, we're so looking forward to this Lions season. So don't fuck this up in the next 6 weeks, please. Please. I'm just begging you. I don't care what I have to do to make that happen. Yeah, that's the COVID talk for today. And
so fun.
Yeah, I don't want to have these conversations anymore.
I hate it. Honestly, like just these last couple weeks of going in without masks, feeling amazing,
it's been
being
great.
able to see everybody, being at venues that are at full capacity.
Smiling at people, hugging people. Last night after our softball game, for the first time, we got to do the line at the end of the game where you good game, good game, good game, good game. We weren't able to do that before. So, like, after the game, you're just waving across the field to the other team, like, good game, fellas. And it just didn't feel right. Like, because since Little League, after the game, you shake hands. That's it. And just little things like that, I hate the change in.
So even your softball league is kind of taking this protocol a little bit.
Oh, yeah, still, like, there is you can't touch home plate in our softball league. There's a line, and it's like a finish line, and every play at home is a force play because they didn't want us contacting each other and stuff
ridiculous.
like that. Very strange rules, but whatever. We play because, you still want to get out there and play some ball. But, yeah, you play with the rules, and that's unfortunately what we have to deal with right now. Good news is, though, Levels is opening. Levels is going to be opening in Centerline, and that is happening on the 30th of this month. So pretty much 2 weeks from today, we will be live in Centerline doing our damn thing at Levels. And make sure you come out and hang with us. We'll be out there from 8 to 10 a.m., then be hanging out all day, handing out some awesome prizes and whatnot. So it's Levels in Centerline. Go to enjoylevels.com right now to check it out. They're going to be doing a car giveaway. They're giving away a charger.
That's going to be sick.
So
someone's going to show up and win a charger.
Someone can show up and win a charger. Yep. It's going to be amazing. What are you laughing about?
Nothing. Charger, Levels. It's an inside. It's a joke. All right.
Could you let us in the inside?
No, me
That's
and my
a lame
friend.
joke.
No,
That's a lame joke.
No, it's not a lame joke. You just got it's a black thing. We call Charge the dope boy car or something.
Oh, all right. That makes sense.
It all lines.
Damn, I wish I was black sometimes so I got these jokes. I want to get the jokes, Corey. Well, thank you for explaining it to us laymen over here. So make sure you come there. Levels, it's going to be a fun day. They're going to have food trucks and all sorts of stuff for you. So follow them on Instagram, too, at EnjoyLevels. And we'll see you in Centerline in 2 weeks. Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
Our favorite, the Los Angeles Rams, at it again, trolling Jared Goff, the quarterback that just took them to the Super Bowl, 3 years ago in 2018?
Yep.
They shared this graphic saying then and now, the past and the present. And, they skipped over somebody if I'm not mistaken.
I get what they're doing. I honestly do. They're acknowledging, Kurt Warner as their past, got them the Super Bowl, and now Matthew Stafford's their present. But it's cringeworthy to put Matthew Stafford even close to Kurt Warner. You're talking about a guy who took the Rams to 2 Super Bowls, won 1, versus a guy who hasn't won a playoff game.
Let alone hasn't thrown a touchdown in how
7
many quarters?
7.
7 quarters in the playoffs.
So
Kurt Warner was known for throwing touchdowns, right? Huh? Kurt Warner used to throw touchdowns, right?
To my knowledge.
Okay.
I wonder how Kurt feels about this, because it's kind of not a comparison, but I mean they skipped over a guy that just took him to the Super Bowl to put Matthew Stafford on that same level.
I mean, he can't feel worse than the trailer for his Life movie looks. That movie looks absolutely trash. Like, it looks like a Hallmark version of a movie. Kurt Warner, you haven't seen the trailer for that?
I haven't either.
Oh, you know what? You said Hallmark. Enough said, because I hate to do this. Hallmark, stick to the cards. Make great cards, but movies leaves a lot to be desired.
The Kurt Warner trailer is hilarious. I wish we could play it, but there's some music in it, so we get copyright infringement. Thank you very much, Facebook.
Do they have him with the Farmer Jack bag?
Yeah, no, he's the bag man for a while, and then Dude, once we get off the air, we got to watch this. Okay. And I want to record your reaction. Actually, that's what we got. Corey's reaction to the Kurt Warner trailer is what we got to post up after the show today because it's absolutely trash. But to your point, Corey, comparing Stafford to him, like, yes, that's what they hope is going to happen, but let it happen first before you say they're the same people.
Laying it on thick. Laying it on thick, but I've been saying it all the time. I mean, I get it. You're happy about your shiny new toy and Matthew Stafford. I get it. I think he's going to do great wonders there, but to wrap up my point on it, that is so disrespectful to Kurt Warner to put them on the same graphic.
And Woodward Sports had to respond to that.
That's right, baby.
There it is.
Our greats, Eric Kramer to Jared Goff.
They started it.
I love that we trolled them like that. And this meme got a great response, too. But, you know, that's our winningest quarterback of pretty much the last 90 years in the NFL. Eric Kramer has the one playoff win in the Lions' belt. And, yeah, we're hoping Jared Goff can match Eric Kramer.
And
let's compare best. Let's compare best to good.
Never in my life did I thought I would say match Eric Kramer.
I mean, hell, let's be real. The guy that the Rams put up could even match Eric Kramer. So, I mean...
Hey, you want coaching to match Caldwell, so we got pretty low standards here, Stick.
For some reason, it just all hit me. Like, how bad we've sucked for how long we've sucked that we couldn't put any graphic up besides Eric Kramer.
Someone did mention putting Joey Harrington
that
on
was
there.
Me when I said we need to remake this remake this meme and put Joey Harrington on there because he's got just as many playoff wins as Matthew Stafford. And then we went with Eric Kramer, who has one win. It's like, but that's it. That's all we got. That's all we got. That's our best ever. That's who we got to put out our greatest memes.
I like what Kool-Aid said. I'm cool with Stafford, but how is he going to be compared to Warner when Stafford didn't even measure up to Kramer? Yeah, that's my point.
That's my point, too. And we love...
baby steps. Baby steps.
You know what? Instead of just getting a playoff win, how about you just throw a touchdown in the playoffs?
Nope. He got to win a Super Bowl or else he's a bust.
I mean, well, shit, if he doesn't win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years, he's out of a job.
What's crazy to me is Stafford, when he was with the Lions, top 15 quarterback, people would argue him.
Top
as
15.
Soon as he goes to L.A., he's a number 6 quarterback, and it's like, well, wait, the dude's the same. How?
He had no weapons here. That's what they claim.
Just hating on the Lions. That's all it is.
That's the only thing that bugs me about all of this. Yeah, Stafford is. I honestly would say he's a top 15 quarterback. I was about to say 12, but say top 12, 15. Okay, cool. You want to put him at number 10? All right, fine. 6.
And that's
6?
according to the coaches too.
Right.
6?
That's on a coach's poll.
Well, that's a lot of coaches that don't win shit, and we see why.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing how your talent gets better in year 13.
And the thing is, if he does it, okay. Great. That just means that a lot of people thought it's true. Matthew Stafford could have benefited from a different organization. But if he doesn't, then a lot of people are also going to be right, like, hey, we told you this motherfucker was holding his back.
Hey, we can't knock Stafford for this.
No.
It's crazy that he's been able to stay on top of the list when it's been 12 seasons that he hasn't even proven a thing.
And that's the thing. It's not Stafford's fault. I think a lot of media's putting unfair pressure on him. Maybe he wants this expectation. Maybe he does perform to it. But this guy went from barely any expectations at all to now, hey, buddy, you got to take us to the promised land.
You see what O.J. Simpson said about Stafford?
Uh-oh.
This is great.
Yeah, he was just saying that you think Stafford cares about this pressure? He's laughing at the pressure and all. You know, like he just kept going that this guy doesn't care. This isn't going to break him. He's laughing at it. He used to play for Detroit. Now he's with a great team. And it's like, shut the fuck up, OJ. Like, meet me in the alley, buddy. Let's go. Like,
well, I mean,
I'll bring my Coast knife and we can settle this.
Yes, I was waiting for it. I was wondering if you're going to bring it up. I was about to say,
WSN 20.
And I got gloves that fit, bitch.
I'm wild.
And we move on to talk about this video of Richard Sherman trying to break down into his father-in-law's door. Is freaking terrifying right here.
Well, this is crazy.
Come through, bitch. Come through. Come through. Come through. Come through. Come through. Wait.
what grown ass man's gonna go out there and fight Richard Sherman? Like,
what? Anything? Grown ass, any man.
right? What grown ass bear would even come out of the cave to fight Richard
Obviously,
Sherman?
he's angry.
You know what? And also, this kind of first off, the burglary domestic violence, that term threw me off now watching the video. I kind of get it, but burglary is, I don't know about that part. But to the whole point, it leads to more what Richard Sherman's wife was talking about, where he was erratic, he was drunk, he was talking about killing himself. She was trying to tell the operator, like, hey, we're not harmed, but he's about to do harm to himself. Get out here quick. And, you know, hopefully he gets the help that he needs, whatever he's going through. I mean, athletes sometimes go through, you know, CTE. I don't know if that's affecting him. Who knows? But hopefully he gets the help that he deserves.
It's crazy because Richard Sherman is such a smart guy. You know, Stanford dude. Whenever you saw him speak after postgame, just very eloquent and very well thought out. And you see that moment, and it's terrifying. Like, I couldn't imagine a woman being in that house. You could hear them screaming and all that, but
yeah,
that door, man. Shout out to that door, like Joey was saying.
Well, you can be the smartest dude in the world, but if you got mental health issues and you're drunk and belligerent, it'll come for you.
How did that door not break? Like, real talk. Like, how hard he was hitting that damn door is crazy.
I mean, you know, hey, Richard Sherman got money and it's his family's crib. You know, he probably put them in there with the strongest security system, so strongest door. So, hey,
man, I could take guesses. I could take guesses what security he had in there. Probably had some Guardian alarm in there or something.
That's right. The best.
And the Detroit Pistons forward Jeremy Grant entering health and safety protocols at Team USA camp, and he did not test positive. We just talked about this, and it's crazy to me that we're moving in this direction without really testing positive yet, because there's got to be something that we don't know about in this. There's his first Olympic point right there against Nigeria in Game 1. USA men's game today against Australia has been canceled due to the health and safety protocols. So we'll see where this leads us.
Smart decision. I got to see what you're dealing with right now. Great that they got ahead of it. Hopefully this is just a situation that is minute and they can get under control.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's affecting the Olympic team. Like we said, Bradley Beal had to be sent home, so you wonder how many other ones are going to be sent home, which, honestly, at the end of the day, may not be a bad thing for Team USA. If they're losing all these games, maybe switch out a few of these players and blame it on COVID.
Yeah, but no new players are coming in then.
Yeah, Duncan Robinson is coming in for Bradley Beal, right? Isn't that...
There are the reports of Duncan Robinson coming in, but
take Sadiq Bey, man. He's already on the squad.
You know who I love? I love Trae Young's response, where he took that quote from Zeke, where Zeke and where he didn't make the Olympic team.
That was awesome.
And you know what? That is a point. Where the F is Trae Young at?
I don't know, because those are the perfect guys to play the Olympic style of basketball, too. You need people that are great at dribbling and can shoot from beyond the arc. And what does Trae Young do?
I know Steph Curry denied it, but Trae Young, he should definitely be in there.
And the thing is, by him putting that out there and you're looking for a replacement, go get fucking Trae Young. It's not hard.
It's a layup.
Well,
here, just take it.
And it means that he wanted to be a part of it.
And also, too, if Jeremy Grant is gone, that remains to be seen, I'd still get Duncan Robinson, because you still need shooting. You need shooting for the Olympics. Duncan Robinson and Trae Young will light that shit up. Go get them. Let's not make this harder than what it has to be.
Yep.
And this is crazy because it seems like we're taking steps back on that side of it, but yesterday it came out that fully vaccinated Americans can enter Canada in mid-August for non-essential travel. So we're going in the right direction there, but they're not saying until mid-August, so there's
Corey's
another
Toronto
month.
dance right there.
Canadian women back in play, baby. Back in business.
Hey, are you going to need your vaccination card? Is that all you need?
I don't know. I have no
Corey
clue.
knows a guy.
Hey, we'll figure it out. As long as Jeff's hair gets me all the bad Canadians, I'm good.
You're just gonna take all the leftovers from Jeff.
Hey, it's cool. I bow down to the locks.
Them leftovers still amazing, probably.
Right. Hey, I mean, you know, Floyd Mayweather camp, he get the leftovers. You don't see them bitching.
Nope.
I'm cool.
And yesterday, Liz Cambage announced that she is withdrawing from competing due to mental health reasons, saying, "I'm a long way from where I want and need to be, And news also broke that the Australian Opals would remove her following an altercation during a closed-door scrimmage versus Nigeria. So she's backing out, and then there was some issues for this altercation that I'm trying to dive deeper into.
Huh. That's
interesting news there.
It's weird, you know, because you don't know if they're just, obviously, I don't want to say they're using mental health as an excuse, but if there was an altercation, they wanted her off the team and said, hey, we don't want to throw you off, but here's a nice exit for you. Go ahead and take it. Maybe that's the case. I'm just thinking. Yeah. I don't know, but the timing's kind of weird on that.
Yeah, I want to read. Yeah, like Joey said, I want to read more about that before I give an educated reply to that.
And tonight, Suns versus Bucks game. Tomorrow. Suns versus Bucks game 5 at 9 p.m. And I feel for this fan right here because, honestly, it's like watching a Lions game.
Come on, Chris, do something! Do something! Pass it off to Booker if you can't do it. Ah!
Yeah! Now you know what it's like to watch a game with my mom. Honestly, all game she's commentating like that. Like, Chris, what are you doing? Oh, I can't even watch this anymore. Like, stuff like that. She's crazy. Even when they're up by 15, it's like, no, this isn't, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable. And, yeah, I love people when they love sports like that.
Yeah, and then his wife in the background, you heard her too.
Yeah, people care, man, and that's the best part about sports. You feel this unity, and you attach yourself to a team, and when they lose, it affects you. So
especially for the Suns, I mean, it's been years and years and years for them.
They blow this after being up 2-0. Ooh,
Bucks and 6.
Bucks and 6. That's what the crowd.
I'm telling you right now, if the winner of Game 5 is going to win the series. That's what it's going to. That's what I don't
save all this because we're going to talk about that coming up in the show.
Yeah, I'll save it. I'll save it.
Yep.
Let me go to what's trending with Jeff's hair.
You know what? I'm sick of the abuse. No, I'm just joking.
Jeff has a whole body attached to that hair.
You notice my nice clean white T-shirt today I got on. But,
yeah, it's a nice pocket, Jeff.
Yeah,
Good pocket.
Thank you. But we go on to we know how Giannis takes forever to shoot his free throws, and the crowd's always counting. But when you watch from the TV, it seems like the crowd is counting extremely fast. So check out this video. It's a fan using the timer on their phone, and just look at the difference between the timer on the phone and what the crowd's actually chanting. Like this is, I find
it's always 12 seconds. Let's see how long it really is.
Because it's way off. Check this out. I think this is at Bucks too. So this is the Suns fans. They're like 4 seconds ahead. And that's how you get in Giannis's head right. That's why this man's shooting quicker and quicker every game. But he's honestly gotten a hold of it because he's been shooting the free throws actually better than he has been.
I mean, you got to do that. You can't do 1, 2.
I saw someone's comment. They're like, do they not know about the Mississippi? Like, you got to do the 1 Mississippi.
That's what they should include. That 1 Mississippi.
That's amazing.
Or Milwaukee. What are we doing? 1 Milwaukee.
Right.
2 Milwaukee.
That would mess me up. That would mess me up for sure.
Yeah, just because you watch from game 1 all the way throughout the series, like this man is shooting it quicker. So you know what? If it keeps working, keep doing it. So, but the second video, we got Bryce Harper, right fielder for the Phillies. He obviously, when you hear about athletes talking about other sports, sometimes they'll support it. But a fan asked Bryce what he thought about the NBA Finals and who he thought would win, and check out his response.
Bryce, left hand Bucks, right hand Suns.
He just, how nonchalantly he turned around and just shut the fan down. He's like, "Aw." The fan like really wanted an answer out of him.
Listen, it's crazy because some of those guys they don't care about any other sport but baseball. Bryce Harper probably grew up, didn't give a shit about football, didn't give a shit about basketball. He just played baseball, and that's the only sport he cares about. But normally, I mean, everybody's watching the finals, you'd assume, so you at least have an opinion, but maybe he didn't want to piss off any fans.
I wonder if he'd had that same opinion if the 76ers were in the finals. You know what I mean? Like, would he be watching that, or would he still say, I could care less? Because you know what? I feel like there's a little bitterness in there from his voice.
Definitely.
But gotta love Bryce Harper. But, okay, the third video is just unbelievable because there's 14-year-olds in China that are 7'4". And this girl right here, her name is Zhang Zhu, or Ziyu. and she plays for the Chinese national team and with other 14-year-olds. And yeah, she might be the next Yao Ming.
What?
Wait,
how old is she?
She is 14 years old.
No.
Can you guess her stat line from the Nationals? Like how many points and how many rebounds? I mean, these are Wilt Chamberlain
40
numbers.
and 20?
You're close. 42, 25 rebounds and 6 blocks.
There's no way.
This could be the female WNBA version of Yao Ming. Like
Brittany Griner when she was in grade school.
Right. She doesn't even have to jump.
Wait. Why can't she dunk though? That's what's pissing me off.
Honestly, I understand that because I mean the women obviously the height differential, but if you're 7'4", just leap a little bit. You can get off the ground
because the rim's lower.
My favorite part of all of this is the jump ball. Can we go back to
Yeah,
the very first? Number 8 tried to jump. Number 8 thought he could win this or she could win this jump ball.
Imagine being the parent of the other kid. You're like, God damn it! Don't even try.
Right.
Imagine having to guard that.
No, you can't. And I will say this: only 6 blocks. That's a lot of blocks. But if you're 7'4", the next kid's 4'5", you got to have more than 6 blocks.
They got to go with the strategy where they put one kid on another kid's shoulders just to D her up.
No, honestly,
is that legal? Are you allowed to do that?
Hey, you make it legal.
I mean, they did it to Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
I mean, really, what's wrong with that? Obviously, they can't walk with the ball.
Hey, one person might be open, but you'd rather that person be open than female Yao Ming.
Right.
She's a tower.
Just put him in a trench coat. No one will ever know. It works in the cartoons all the time.
All the time.
Every single time.
But yeah, that's what's trending with Jeff today.
And what else is trending is Northwestern Tech, because that is the school that everybody wants to go to right now because it's only 10.5 months. Hands-on HVAC program. So if you're thinking about a new career, you got to check them out right now at northwesterntech.edu.
So what's up? My name is Sean Baligian. Glad to be a part of Baligian and Bell every day at 11. I'm the guy that gets pissed off at all the stupid sports fans out there.
What up, though? I'm Drake Bell here on the Baligian and Bell show here at Woodward Sports Network. Tap into the energetic Sean and the calm, smooth Drake Bell.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. It is that time to get you qualified for your chance to win $25,000 in cryptocurrency. And it's real easy. You want to get in it. What's the keyword today, Joey? You want to create a keyword?
Yeah, let's do the keyword USA.
There you go. I love that. All you gotta
USA.
do right now, no matter what platform you're watching on, type in USA in the comments, and we will select a qualifier for our Kick for Crypto contest. That is going on a week from today. 1 week from today, we will have some lucky people that will have a chance to kick a football into the back of our Zot Jeep, and you will win $25K in crypto if that ball stays in the back. Make sure you're watching today at noon and also at 4 p.m. with the hook for your next chance to qualify. But right now, USA, USA, all up in the chat if you want to be a part of this big contest that we got going on. Baseball is looking like they're going to go away from the shift in 2022. And I was listening to a couple old timers talk about baseball yesterday because that really seems to be the only people that are really talking about baseball at this point.
It's weird. You get only that and then like one random young kid.
Yeah, and then me. And then there's me. But honestly, we're going to be out at the Tigers game tomorrow. They're doing this whole big production. It's kind of going to be like their mini reopening day, and we're sending Isaac down there. Kennedy's going to be there. Easy's going to be there. Pistons Talk is going to be there.
Stu's going to be there. A whole bunch of big names.
Yep, Isaiah Stewart will be there. Okwara will be down there, and Chris Draper will also be there. So it's just going to be a big party at Comerica Park tomorrow, and we're going to be handing out T-shirts and doing all types of fun stuff at the game. So make sure you look for us. But one thing you can't look for in 2022 is the shift. And do you guys know what I'm talking about? When I'm talking about the shift, like when they take the second baseman and move them all the way to the left side of the infield, so there's only the first baseman on the right side of the infield.
No, I do.
Okay. Alex, the third link I sent you shows you like a really good shift, and this is what we're talking about this morning. So there's a shift right there, and this is probably if you could pause this actually, because I want to explain it. This is probably the dumbest shift you could ever do.
Okay.
Okay. So the first baseman is midway between second and first right now. You see him, and he's the only infielder on the right side of the field. Then you have 3 infielders on the left side of the field. The problem with this stupid shift right now is there's one out, there's a runner on second and first. You're hoping you get a ground ball to the left side of the infield. You check the runner at third, make sure he doesn't run home, and you throw to first. Well, the first baseman is 45 feet away from first base. Yeah. So he's got to run his ass all the way to first base and hope he beats the guy busting his ass out of the batter's box. So to me, I think you should keep the shift in the game. I think it's a strategic thing. I don't love it. I think it's stupid when teams do it, but they go do a lot of research, a lot of analytics on how these players hit, where their hot spots are, and you try to put your players, your defensive players, in the position where they hit it the most, right? It makes sense. I don't know why baseball's doing away with it. I think the players need to fix this. And the way the players fix this is when first baseman is playing 45 feet off first base, you bunt down the first baseline.
Take advantage of it.
Exactly. And we got a couple examples of how you beat. Look, they had their third baseman way the hell over. And look, easy. It's easy to beat the shift. And that is the way to get rid of the shift. The players have to make the adjustment and start turning this strength of the shift into a weakness. Here's another one. They had the infield completely shifted on him. And look, just goes the other way with the ball.
My thing about this is I like baseball because it has so many different strategies, and it's really all on the coach. It's all on the team and the players to come up with the best strategy that fits for them. Why is the MLB going away from it, though?
I want to see what you think about this. This is from Bleed Cubbies Blue, Al Yellen, one of their writers. Here's what he said about it. Personally, I have been opposed to banning the shift. We are getting away from a game where field managers have control. Managers now have to limit time visiting the mound and have to leave relief pitchers in for at least 3 batters. Now you want to take away their ability to position their fielders. I have long said if the defensive shifts against you, learn how to hit the other way.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point exactly. Like, why change the game? Let the game evolve to where when you shift, you look like an idiot because the dude's just going to lay down a bunt and get a free base. And I know, like, you're taking the bat out of your big hitter's hands at that point, but really, get on base, man. That's the name of the game. You can't score if you're not on base, right? So I don't know why baseball is all of a sudden overthinking every single one of their rules.
You know why?
Well, nobody's watching.
They gotta fix a problem, so they're just.
But to me, this isn't fixing any problem. Like, so you're not the biggest baseball fan in the world, right?
No.
The fact that they're changing the shift, do you give a shit?
No. We didn't even know about it to begin with.
Exactly. So, like, what they're doing is just fool's gold at this point. They're, we're making change for the sake of change. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. What you got to do is just get back to playing real baseball, not softball, where everybody's just up there trying to hit home runs. Like, get back to manufacturing runs, defensive shifts, all that stuff goes into play. And when you take that out of the game, you're really just watering down what baseball is, and it's already a watered down version of itself already.
I think that there are a bunch of other things that baseball could do to improve. Well, take that back. Baseball is fine. I think the MLB could do a bunch of other things to attract viewers to their product, as opposed to actually changing the game and the semantics. Like, a lot of this, like you were talking about with the sticky stuff, if that's been around for so many years and you weren't checking for it before, why are you micromanaging and checking for it right now?
Because they want more hits, and they think if they can restrict the pitchers from putting spin on the ball and stuff like that, it's going to result in more hits. But then they also, went to a 7-inning doubleheader game, went to extra inning rules where you start with a runner on second, and they're going to it, then they're taking it away, and they're going to it, then they're taking it away. So eventually, people are just not going to know what the hell's going on during a baseball game. So. They're moving to robotic umpires soon. They're trying it out in some of the minor leagues, and it seems to be working pretty well. The robots aren't going to miss calls, but that's going to change the game because you're not going to have the interaction with the umpires. When they put in the challenge rule, a lot of the arguing that was a part of baseball that you loved. Like, I used to love seeing Jim Leland get fired up and run out there and lighten up the umpire.
Hey, but imagine Jim Leland out there running and lighting up a robot.
Fair enough.
That's even sweeter.
As long as the robots all look like RoboCop, I'm okay with it. But honestly, I that's part of the game, man. Like when Ausmus would just like challenge the play and sit in the dugout and just be bored with it. I want that fire out of my manager. I want him out there. I want him picking up first base and chucking it across the diamond. Like that's great baseball. That's some of the best highlights that baseball has. So keep changing the game, and you're just going to keep losing people because not only are you now alienating your young core, you're alienating your old core who loves the sport.
You can't piss off both now.
Right.
you gotta pick a battle.
Yeah, so MLB, get your stuff together, please. Just pick a lane. That's all I want you to do. Pick a lane, stay traditional with the things that work, and get rid of the things that don't work. It's that simple.
Yeah, like you just said, and not to beat a dead horse, but if you're not doing anything to attract the casual fan, and then you're driving away your baseball purists, you're not doing a good job.
Nope. Got to get better at this, and so yeah, Major League Baseball, let's get it together. And if you're a betting person and you want to bet if they're going to get rid of the shift or you're going to bet that they keep the shift, go to mybookie.com because that is where you need to go to place all of your bets, and you can literally bet on anything through them. It's great. And when you're creating your account, make sure you enter promo code Woodward, and we will match your first deposit up to 50%. So if you want to bet on some USA basketball once they get back in action, you can do that. That's what I love about MyBookie. They have bets and lines from all over the world. So go to mybookie.com, enter promo code Woodward today when you sign up.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Jeff, turn up my music just a little bit so we can hear it. There we go. That's some nice music for a rainy Friday here in the Motor City. So I heard the Hook talking about this at the golf outing we were at earlier in the week, and I wanted to get my opinion on that show so badly because some of the selections that they picked out of this was just crazy. And I love these memes when they come out, and I love going through this. Alex, throw it up on the screen if you can, because I want everybody watching right now to create your own team with $15. That's what you have. And here are your options at quarterback. Your $5 option, Tom Brady, Joe Montana for 4, Peyton Manning for 3, Drew Brees for 2, Dan Marino for 1. Running backs all the way down the list, you can see the dollar amounts on them. Barry Sanders, Jim Brown, Walter Payton, Emmitt Smith, LaDainian Tomlinson. Wide receivers, Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Chris Carter, and our boy Hudson. And then you got Larry Fitzgerald, Calvin Johnson, Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, Hopkins, and then at tight end, Tegon, and then you have Gronk, Gates representing Detroit. Is that Shannon Sharp? And then Jason Witten. So you got $15, and when I heard the Hook doing this, I'll tell you what Pilar said, and it scared the hell out of me. She took Larry Fitzgerald at $5. Of all the things that are on that list, Larry Fitzgerald being above Calvin Johnson is probably one of the most egregious things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's the first problem.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Whoever made the graphic messed up on that portion.
Yes.
He should not be a 5 and then Calvin be a 4.
Ever.
But at least go Jerry Rice over Fitz at $5. Like, come on.
Well, here's my thing. I know Stickum was allowed back then, but Jerry Rice admitted to using Stickum, so I automatically took Jerry Rice out of my even top.
Come on.
I don't
You think Stickum is the thing that...
Okay, so I started off, obviously, at quarterback. You got to spend that $5. I'm going Tom Brady.
Okay.
Because Tom Brady is going to be the leader. No matter who you put around Tom Brady, it's going to result in a victory.
Okay.
It's the first season, wins a Super Bowl at Tampa Bay. He's just that good. So I'm going to spend my 5 right there. And then at running back, I realized that Tom Brady doesn't need the greatest running back. So obviously I would want Barry Sanders. But I'm going to just spend $1, and I'm going to get LaDainian Tomlinson on this one.
All right.
So I'm at $6. And then the next pick, one of my favorite wide receivers, and I hate that he was in our division, not on our team, Randy Moss at $4.
Taking my damn team, Joey.
I'm at 10 because you learned from the best stick. And I'm at $10. And now for my second wide receiver, I'm going to go with Calvin Johnson. Are you kidding me?
This
his
toy
job
with
saved.
the audio on and off, like Jeff's not replacing me.
All right. Well, we're getting thumbs up that we're back. Thank you guys for letting us know about the audio issue. So let's get back to yours. I'm not sure when the audio dropped out, but Joey selected the exact same team that I was going to select. Tom Brady at quarterback, LaDainian Tomlinson, Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, and Jason Witten. And to me, we were just talking, the steal of all of that is LaDainian Tomlinson at $1. If you go back and look at LaDainian Tomlinson's stats and what he did, really being the first wide receiver / running back, because he really evolved that position to what it has become today. And I've argued that LT had maybe a better career than Barry Sanders at some point. If you break down yards per carry and all of that, they're very similar in a lot of stats.
Who would you rather want, Emmitt Smith or LaDainian Tomlinson?
LT.
I really would.
I mean, Emmitt Smith was a solid running back, but LT was just dynamic.
And when you're talking about a team and picking the team, especially when he's $1 less,
yes,
that was a no-brainer.
All right, Corey, let's get to your team. And if you guys are watching, I'm seeing some people in the chat. We got Manning, LT, Moss, AB, and Gonzalez. That's a solid squad.
Well, yeah, my team was pretty hard to pick. Had to do this several times because, just going to be quite honest, I suck in math. And I took the remedial math, so, hey, I still got my degree. But for my team, this was hard because I tried to be objective and tried to really not have any real. You can't really say you have any holes with any team you put up there. But here was my team. At quarterback, I went Peyton Manning. At running back, went Barry Sanders.
Okay.
For my wide receivers, I went Chris Carter and Calvin Johnson.
All right.
And for my tight end, I went Shannon Sharp.
I mean, that's a solid squad. Chris Carter as your possession receiver, Calvin as your big time receiver.
Because, I mean, Peyton, first off, do I think Peyton Manning is better than Tom Brady? No. This is right now just about building a team. So I think when you have Peyton Manning and you got Peyton Manning, who is dynamic, and you got Chris Carter, who has the most reliable hands, and you got Calvin Johnson, who is the ultimate mismatch, both of those together, I'm cooking any secondary with Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is shifting Omaha and they asses to death. Barry Sanders, I mean, just you put Barry Sanders is dynamic with an effing Scott Mitchell and Charlie Batch. Barry Sanders and Peyton Manning, we're bringing home the bacon. And then Shannon Sharp, I think, as much as I can't stand Shannon Sharp's effing opinions, when you talk about the prototype tight end, Shannon Sharp really did not have any holes at tight end when he played. Even on the downside of his career when he went to the Ravens, he was still serviceable, still good. But Broncos, Shannon Sharp, one up at outside of Tony Gonzalez at that time, the best tight end. Period. So I think with my team, we I maxed it out.
Yeah, you spent your 15.
Yeah.
The funny part is when Maz was doing this on the hook, he had $1 left over. He only spent $14. And he was like, I don't need that extra $1. That's for a signing bonus or something like that. But Maz put together a great team. Pilar picked Larry Fitzgerald for $5. Why, Pilar? I love you, Pilar. I think you're very sweet. But selecting Larry Fitzgerald, that's just a waste of $5.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Now, when we were talking about comparing Larry and Calvin, I'm like, okay, I can see how people would go either way. But in the context of this spending the $15, I would not pick freaking Larry Fitzgerald over Calvin. That's not a proper use of the money.
No. I'll tell you what a proper use of your money is, though, and then we'll get to mine coming up next. Proper use of your money this weekend, picking up a bottle of 8 Mile. Make sure you do it at any of your local Meijer stores. It's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be a great weekend for 8 Mile. Mix it with your favorite cocktails. Have some Bloody Marys on Sunday. And just overall do it up this weekend with a nice, smooth bottle that is made in Detroit. It says so right here. And they don't lie. These guys are from Detroit. We love them. Great people. So support local. Support 8 Mile. Go pick up your bottle today at Meijer.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom Team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America, Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Welcome back. It is the Morning Woodward Show live on the Woodward Sports Network. It's Friday, so we're having a little fun, spending a little money. You got $15, and you got to build your perfect team out of these people on the list. Joey did his, and I thought, Joey, you put together the perfect team. Corey, your team, pretty damn near unstoppable as well. So for my team, I'm going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to start off with Dan Marino.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to take Dan Marino for $1 because that's going to open me up to do a lot of fun things down the road.
See, but the thing about it, though, is I look at the $5 peeps for the most part. I could care less about half of them.
What? Which one?
Like Fitz and Tony and Gonzalez, I could care less about them.
Tony Gonzalez.
Wait. No. Okay. Wait. I'm with you on Fitz.
Yeah.
Tony G.
I'm just saying, at $5, I would not spend my $5 when you got those other
Tony's
tight ends.
Basically another effing wide receiver. He's not really a tight end.
He is, but look at the other ones on that list. You could argue that he's not the greatest of all of those on that list.
No, Tony is the greatest tight end. He's not. He may not be the greatest champion, but he's the greatest tight end.
Gotta have the right pieces, though.
You know what? I may pull a Maz on this. I may have $1 left over now that I'm looking at what I want to do. Damn it, Maz. So, yeah, give me Dan Marino.
So you got one.
Give me LaDainian Tomlinson.
Two, damn.
So I'm at $2. I got 13 left to spend. I'm taking Jerry Rice.
Okay, 7.
I'm taking Calvin Johnson.
11.
That puts me at 11, so I got $4 left. And then I'm taking Gronk.
Okay.
Not mad at that.
That's a team right there. Dan Marino, LaDainian Tomlinson, Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson, and Gronk. To me, that is a squad right there.
And let's be real. Only reason Dan Marino is an effing dollar is because he didn't, unfortunately, get that ring. I mean, if you can pretty much argue that Dan Marino was really, you can really honestly argue him behind Tom Brady if you wanted to.
Yeah, and the thing with Dan Marino, people always knock him for not getting a ring, and people compare, well, Stafford's like Dan Marino, great quarterback. No. Dan Marino got to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. He was a successful playoff quarterback. He just never got over that hump. It's kind of like Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly got to 4 Super Bowls.
And lost them all in a row.
Yeah, that's fair, but get to a Super Bowl is tough in itself. Have you watched that 30 for 30 on the Bills? It's phenomenal, man. Like, the experience that those guys went through going to 4 Super Bowls and losing 4 in a row. Just an amazing story about the mindset that they had, about how they overcome, and just about how snake-bitten they were in a lot of ways.
You know what? I may sound like an idiot saying this, but I don't care. I don't think I would be able to stomach going to 4 straight Super Bowls and losing each time. That would get pretty old.
It would, but you got to win playoff games to get there.
Yeah.
And I haven't even experienced that. So I would take us losing in 4 Super Bowls.
Okay. Wait. I'm talking about if I were Jim Kelly, not as a Lions fan.
Okay.
I'm
talking personally as a Lions fan.
Lions fan, I mean, shit, I'd be happy with a wild card win.
Right. So Jim Kelly, there's a good one. Montana, LT, Owens, Johnson, and Gates.
And you know why I
Scary team right there.
And you know why
Owens
I
and
like
Johnson.
that? You know why I like Owens over, people picking like Moss? The one knock against Randy Moss, I play when I want to play. Ever since he said that, and he kind of showed it at times,
right?
It's never allowed me to say, I think Randy Moss is better than T.O. or anything like that. Is Randy Moss more talented than T.O.? Hell yeah. But is he a better wide receiver? I'm on the fence because T.O. showed up every time. Randy Moss showed up when he felt like it.
Do you think everybody that's in the chat and everything is staying away from Jim Brown and Walter Payton just because we really didn't see them play live? Because Jim Brown is Barry Sanders' favorite player. Like, Barry Sanders' dad said, "You ain't shit. Jim Brown's the man."
Yeah.
So
I was on the fence. I almost rearranged my team and went with Walter, but it was just like Barry did what it took Walter 16, 17 years to do what Barry was about to do in 10.
Yeah.
That's why I was just like, all right. Gotta go Barry. Jim Brown, but I can see by nobody really seeing Jim Brown's career. I can see why nobody, would go with him.
Yeah, Jim Brown was a big power back
Yeah.
and just ran over dudes back in the day. But I do love LT on this list, man. Like, honestly, do yourself a favor. Go look up LT's career stats, and you will be so impressed that this guy should be a first ballot Hall of Famer real easy. And it's just, to me, he was the man. Like, to me, he evolutionized what a running back is, or revolutionized what a running back is.
If he did not suffer those injuries, I mean...
Yeah. But he looks so sweet with his visor on, catching those little like slant passes out of the backfield. I remember one year when the Chargers were playing us in Ford Field. Like, he took a ball 80 yards to the house just catching it off the slant.
Wasn't that right up the middle, too?
Beating both linebackers straight up the middle, yep.
That's one thing, man. With his visor, like, he was the founding father of the visor on the NFL field. His was so mean that I remember everybody wanted that exact same visor, but when you play younger leagues, it's illegal to have that dark of a visor.
Is there anybody that's not on this list that you think should be on this list, or anybody like dollar-wise that you think we should move around? Obviously,
let's throw that back up real quick so I can just kind of like...
Yeah, obviously Larry Fitzgerald is somebody that we think... I think Calvin should be in front of Larry. Maybe Julio. So Larry should be maybe a $3 on that run. And like Antonio Brown, buddy. Like, what's Antonio Brown?
Hudson.
Yeah, don't worry about him. He's got a leather helmet on and no face mask.
Yeah, that's why I don't want him up there. I think he should be gone. You could throw somebody. Who could you throw up? I mean, for him, I'd throw up like, Marvin Harrison.
Oh, okay.
I'll throw him up there for $1.
Yeah, Harrison, he got a Super Bowl under his belt. I think Hopkins may be able to be higher. Like, I'd put Hopkins above Antonio Brown as well.
Yeah, but damn, that's a tough one because shit, when AB is on, it's a wrap. That's you could go either way with that one.
Yeah, but then half the years he doesn't show up to training camp and
still a bam.
Yeah, I don't want any head cases on my fake team. I need you to be showing up every single game. I think the quarterbacks though are pretty well aligned.
Yeah, that's the only one I wouldn't really touch.
Would you throw Eli Manning up there?
No.
He's got 2 Super Bowls, both against the Patriots.
No.
That's what's crazy about Eli Manning's career is like, dude's got 2 Super Bowls and nobody really seems to give a damn.
Eli Manning is about to be the worst person ever to go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's going to be the worst quarterback to go in the Hall of Fame because he's going to go.
Yeah, well, he's got just as many Super Bowl wins as Peyton.
And he has the stats and he has the Super Bowl MVPs. He's going to go. It's just that he's not that great.
Let's see what other people are saying in the chat about their teams. We've had some great teams built. Oh, Marshall Faulk, that would be a good one to have on that list too.
Yeah,
that was a good suggestion.
Yeah, because Marshall can run and catch. Ooh.
Manning, LT, Moss, AB, Gonzalez. I like that. Yeah.
You know what, Joey? 2 times I'm with you. I kick him off from Adrian Peterson.
Oh,
Easy.
you know what? AP should be on that list.
I kick him in ass off AP. AP off of a year injury came back and won MVP and Offensive Player of the Year.
What did he run for 2,000
2
yards?
bands.
Oof. Yeah, AP was a bad man back in the day. That's for sure. Not the AP we had here in Detroit.
No.
But
Yeah.
Anytime you get one of the all-time greats, they always come washed up to Detroit.
Well, the NBA Finals are taking place tomorrow night, Game 5, and it is a big Game 5 for everybody. We're going to give you our predictions coming up next right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
But before that, though, I got to tell you about our new friends at PAM, Public Adjusters of Michigan. And, you know, Darren McCarty's got his annual charity golf outing on August 6th at the Links of Novi. They're giving you a chance to win a twosome to play in it. And the event is totally sold out, so don't say, oh, I'm going to just go buy my you can't. It's sold out. So go to Woodward Sports right now, woodwardsports.com. Look for the PAM logo to register, and PAM represents the insured for property insurance claims, homeowners, commercial property, fire, wind, and smoke. So go to woodwardsports.com right now and register to win that twosome.
Hey, guys, I'm D-Mac.
Hey, guys, I'm Pilar.
That was a little slow.
Right.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I wasn't ready. I was doing this.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
Hey, I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. You're lit. Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. We suck.
You suck.
Catch us Monday to Friday, 3 to 5.
Every day, right here on The Hook.
On Woodward Sports Network.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you to everybody watching on all the platforms that we're on, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Plus, you can download the app for free right now in your Apple or Google Play Store. So go do that so you can take Woodward Sports with you anywhere that you go. And thank you to those who have already downloaded the app. We appreciate it. It's fun to watch those downloads just keep climbing week by week by week. So thank you for being a part of the party. And if you know other people, make sure you invite them to the party here at Woodward Sports. Party going on tomorrow night in Phoenix. Game 5 NBA Finals, tied 2 games apiece. Both teams have held home court, so you would assume that the Suns would return home, be a little more comfortable. Their fans are going to give them a little bit more energy and give them that momentum. But who do you guys got in Game 5? And Corey, is that breaking news that came through your phone?
Yeah, I'll tell you about it.
Okay, all right.
But for the Game 5, whoo! Bucks, man, what do you think is going to happen? Like I said, Bucks in 6. I'm sticking with the pick.
You remember after Game 1, when you looked at that score and you were like, they lost by 13, I had to switch it up? And you did for a hot second. What was it that made you want to stick to this Bucks in 6?
The reason I want to stick to the Bucks in 6 is because I don't want to be like those people who flip-flop back and forth. I mean, I feel like if you go ahead and you say something, you got to go ahead and go down with the ship. I'm cool with being wrong. I'm not that guy that has to move the needle. If I'm wrong, I get a prediction wrong. Hey, it happens. Nobody's ever 100%. And I just felt like this. I felt that if Giannis was able to just kind of get past the hyperextended knee issue and then just kind of get back to some type of normalcy, because everybody's playing with some kind of knick-knack injuries right now, just get back to some type of normalcy, then the Bucks have a shot to win the series. He's the best player on the court. He's the 2-time MVP, and also, too, his brother won a ring last year and didn't do jack. You know how that's got to be at the holidays? Hey, Giannis, you see that ring I got, right? You see the ring I got, right?
I mean, no matter what, if they win this, he'll get two.
Hey, the whole fam is laced up then.
Yeah, the whole family is laced up because each of them will have a ring because his other brothers is playing with him. So I'm going to stick with it. Bucks in 6. I feel this. Next game, they're going to need – Giannis is going to be Giannis. Next game, they're going to need Drew Holiday to step up. If Drew Holiday does not step up, then they do not win that game. Chris Middleton, I'm not expecting Chris Middleton to go out for another 40-40 ball. Next game, I think Chris Middleton might get maybe 15, 17 points.
That's the scariest part about this team.
Because Chris Middleton is a one-hit wonder. In each series, you get that one hit.
And
then you will wonder where the fuck he went. so Drew Holiday, if Drew Holiday gets somewhere between 20 points, get Chris Middleton within that 17 to 20 range, I think you got something. Also, too, I love that Bobby Portis is getting a lot more minutes. He's been a really great energy guy for them. And Pat Connaughton, he's been playing great the past couple of games. So I'm going to go Bucks by 6.
So Connaughton, and you brought up Portis, like you normally bench players play better at home. Yeah. And that's what they did at home. When they're on the road, how does that game translate? And that's going to be the thing that you're going to have to watch tomorrow night. Because as we've talked about before, there's always the guy you don't expect to have a big game. Like Crowder may hit 5 3-pointers out of nowhere in Phoenix. He's done it before. He's capable of it. Then you got a Cam Johnson who maybe you want to watch to have a breakout game. Like that's what you really got to watch for, because the stars are going to be the stars, hopefully, right? Chris Paul's not going to have 5 turnovers again, matching the entire Bucks turnovers for the game. The Suns probably won't have 17 turnovers for the entire game. I think the Suns are going to win this game and win it handedly. But that being said, the Suns made this a lot rougher on themselves than it should have been. All they had to do was get one. Just get one in Milwaukee. Then they let the first game slip. Then they let the second game slip. They had it in control. They were up by 9 in the fourth quarter. So they're competitive home or away. The Bucks really haven't been competitive in Phoenix. But with that being said, here's what Monty Williams said to his team after Game 4 about them putting themselves in that position.
Let me tell you something. All of this is correct. We're in this situation right now because we put ourselves in this situation. I mean in a good way. We got 3 games to win 2. That's how you got to look at it. You can't have your heads down right now. You got to stay together. That's the deal. What happened tonight is correctable. 17 offensive rebounds they got. 17 turnovers we had. Think about that, guys. We had a 21-point fourth quarter. We're making it hard on ourselves, okay? But we can't have our heads down. It's emotionally tough. But we got to know we put ourselves in this position. We got home court advantage. You got to keep your spirit high. That's the deal. Ever since I've been here, we talked about everything you want is on the other side of hard. This is hard. This is freaking hard. So you got to stick together. That's the deal. All right? Let's bring it in. Come on, guys.
Thing you ever want is on the other side of hard. And that applies to everything in life, not just this basketball game that they're about to play tomorrow night. I love that message from the coach. Listen, it's now a 3-game series. We still have home court advantage. Yes, we should win this series, but guys, we made this a lot tougher on ourselves than we had to.
I want to see Chris Paul stepping up and having those talks right there, because this really, I mean, I look at Chris Paul as the leader to all of this, because it's going to be his first one. It's his first time even here in the finals. So to see Chris Paul step up and be the leader, because last game, I don't know what's been going on with him. That's been my concern, is Chris Paul. I mean, the way he's been playing compared to the way he has played these last couple games is really worrisome.
Yeah, I mean, those turnovers are crazy. And they're uncharacteristic turnovers, too, like going baseline and just throwing the ball behind him, expecting Ayton to be there, and it just floats throughout the key, and they pick it up and run with it. Like, just some really odd timing turnovers. But with that being said, last game, Chris Paul had a nice little stretch where he scored 6 points in a row and pushed that lead up and took control of the game. So as much as you want to bash on Chris Paul and, like, say he threw away the game, you need Chris Paul if you're going to win a championship. So you can be as hard on him as you want, but this guy, you need him. So hope that Chris Paul shows up tomorrow night.
Yeah, I believe Chris Paul is going to show up in game 5 at home. I mean, I just do not see this guy having that type of repeat performance when he is so close to winning his first NBA championship. Just don't see it. And also, too, the Suns got to do a better job of getting DeAndre Ayton involved again, because when DeAndre Ayton is touching the ball, ain't nobody on the Bucks got an answer for this guy. So I will hope to see them go back to him. Hopefully Cam Johnson has another step-up performance.
Yeah.
He did that on the road, so just imagine what I think he can do at home when you got that crowd behind him. So I believe the Suns can win this game. I believe the guy who King Jaffe Joe.
Yeah, what's up, King Jaffe?
He I believe he said a couple of days ago that he doesn't think that any team is going to win on the road. He thinks that all the home teams going to serve, and if that turns out to be true, then the Suns will win in 7.
God, that'd be a great series, though.
That would be honestly, that would be great. But I think that again tomorrow, it's gonna be wire to wire, and I believe that Giannis is gonna pull it out in the end. One thing that I want to see him do is if he can continue to step up like he did at the line. They're going to do this.
That's the biggest difference. That's the thing. But he's comfortable at home.
Yeah, he's comfortable at home.
Yeah.
If Giannis is able to knock down his free throws on the road, Bucks are going to win.
Screw the free throws. That's a horrible take right there, Corey.
What?
Because what it all comes down to,
oh boy,
is if he doesn't leave in the first quarter to take that tinkle, they ain't winning shit. Because you see the last 2 games are the last 2 games they won. He left in both games in the first quarter to go take a tinkle. So it's over. If he doesn't do that, that's all I'm looking for. If he doesn't leave in the first quarter, this game is over.
I really like the defensive strategy that the Suns employed last game, though, by picking him up outside the paint and not letting him get that running head start towards you, because that's normally where they're picking him up, right outside the circle. So they moved Ayton way up the paint, and it caused him to not have the greatest start, but obviously Giannis is going to Giannis. You can't stop it. You can only hope to contain it, and we're going to find out Saturday night whether the Suns have enough to push this to a 3-2 lead, returning to Milwaukee, or if Milwaukee's going to have a chance to shore up the championship in Game 6, which is crazy after losing the first 2 games. If they go on to sweep the next 4, that's wild.
Yeah, that's a comeback right there.
Yeah, absolute comeback. But let us know who you think is going to win the game. Drop it in the chat, whether it's going to be the Suns or the Bucks, so we can look back on Monday, and either you'll be on the right side of history or the wrong side of history. Corey's still rooting for the Bucks. I got the Suns. Joey, final, who you got?
I got Suns. Honestly, I think it's going to come down to a Game 7, but I got the Suns pulling it off.
All right, beautiful.
Bucks and 6.
We got Joey's news coming up next right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. I'm trying to find me a shirt. Ooh, look at these swimming shorts. What are you doing over there, Stick?
I'm trying to find me a drink. Ooh, look at these bonfire bitters.
Ready for summer.
Let's go.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
The LA Rams trolling again, trolling Jared Goff, the quarterback that just took them to the Super Bowl 3 years ago in 2018. Started with this graphic. You see it past, present, from Stafford to Kurt Warner. Completely ignoring Jared Goff on this one right here.
That's so bad.
Bad.
I mean, it just seems out of place. That's really what it seems is out of place. You're comparing a guy that potentially Hall of Famer. Kurt Warner's in the Hall of Fame, right? Yeah. You're comparing a Hall of Famer to a dude that really hasn't proven it yet. And,
yeah.
You know, I don't mind them making that meme next year if Stafford takes him to the Super Bowl, but this is a little premature in my opinion.
Everything about this has been premature. That's the craziest thing about the way media has been reacting, coaches have been reacting, even players have been reacting, is we haven't seen anything.
Right.
Let's see some stuff, then you can say past versus present. But we're going to just ignore Jared Goff, but we're going to gladly take him and create our own graphic here at Woodward Sports.
Boom! Take that, LA!
I hate LA so much.
Well, the thing about LA is Kurt Warner didn't win that championship in LA.
St. Louis.
He won it in St. Louis.
Right.
So, like...
Yeah, granted he's a Ram, I mean, but
yeah,
whatever.
It's a whole new team. You're right.
Yeah.
You take it out of St. Louis, it's a whole new squad.
Right, you got to reset the franchise history.
Right.
But yeah, that was our graphic in response to theirs. Like, oh yeah, you got Kurt Warner and Stafford? Well, we got Eric Kramer and Jared Goff. What you got to say about that? We should have included 2 first-round draft picks on that with Goff.
That's actually great.
We got to remake the graphic again today. I hate when I think of stuff after we do it, man. Damn it.
Yeah, it's just because you're watching that graphic and you're like, damn, that's all we got to look back to is Eric Kramer?
Right. No. It's Jared Goff plus 2 first-round draft picks and a 3rd conditional.
And video of Richard Sherman trying to break into his father-in-law's door right here.
Come through, bitch. Come through.
Why is the ring camera moving?
Motion. Follows motion.
Oh.
What do you do when Richard Sherman's outside your door trying to bang that down like that? Like,
go into your bed and hide.
Right.
Especially like
in enraged
like that right there, like that was a Richard Sherman I never saw.
No, but the judge released him, so he's no longer being held on bail, which is good, I guess. But
what's this relationship though like with his father-in-law? I mean, you don't go from that to everything all of a sudden being straight.
No, they're gonna have to go through counseling. They're gonna have to go through all types of stuff. To be honest with you, I don't know what the solution to this situation is. All I know is that is a scary video, and while we live in a world where now pretty much everybody's recording what goes on outside their house, like if this was just a news story and we heard of it, but seeing it on video, I think it's just going to make this worse for Richard Sherman.
Yeah, this whole thing I kind of want to know a little bit more on. I mean, because the relationship with Richard Sherman and his wife seemed to be straight from all that phone call stuff and all that, right?
I'm not going to speculate, to be honest with you. I don't know what their relationship is. I know she was calling 911 on him. So
Right. And it seemed like, she was just more so calling to look out for him, saying that, hey, I think he's taking his own life, to get some help. But that video right there was definitely terrifying to see. Detroit Pistons forward Jeremy Grant has entered the health and safety protocols at Team USA camp. However, he has not tested positive for coronavirus, but Bradley Beal also done completely because of COVID and the safety protocol. So he's done entirely with the team. And the game tonight against Australia for Team USA men's basketball has been canceled. So a lot of changes for Team USA in the sports world.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier. Hopefully COVID just does not continue this ugly trend that it's on right now. They're canceling games again. Red Sox, Yankees got canceled last night. Now Team USA is running into it. So hopefully this is just a little spurt. It doesn't keep trending up the way it is.
Hopefully not. And Liz Cambage announced yesterday that she is withdrawing from competing due to mental health reasons, saying, quote unquote, I am a long way from where I want and need to be. But then it also broke yesterday that the Australian Opals would remove her following an altercation during a closed-door scrimmage versus Nigeria. So there's two things here in this story that I want to dive deeper on to get a better understanding of.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this. Mental health is nothing to, scoff at. But, timing on this one is weird. But I'm not going to speculate and make up stories that I don't really know what happened. We don't even know what the altercation was in practice. Did she yell at her coach or she fight a teammate? You don't know. But it just, the timing of the stories make it seem a little weird. It makes you a little more interested to find out what's really the underlying factor of her leaving the team.
Suns-Bucks Game 5 tomorrow night, 9 p.m. And hopefully the Suns do not have to have a reaction like this man right here.
Come on, Chris, do something! Do something!
Pass it off to Booker if you can't do it.
Ah! Ah!
My two favorite things to watch are reaction videos when the team wins and reaction videos when the team loses, because they're always just great. The fact, this is why sports are so awesome to me. The fact that that guy is so emotionally invested in his team is amazing. And yes, I'm a Detroit fan and I know the pain, I know the hurt, but I also know what it's like to have my team in the World Series. I know what it's like to watch the Red Wings win multiple championships. I know what it's like to watch the Pistons win multiple championships. And those moments far surpass and go way over the top of the hard moments of like an 0-16 Lions season.
Yeah, but I mean, he knows what it's like to be in the finals in '93 and lose.
Yeah.
So poor man just trying to get the win that he was teased with a 2-0 start in this series to now being tied 2-2.
Yeah, if I was the Suns, I would stage a Suns in 4 fight. I'd have that guy beat the hell out of a fake Bucks fans in the stands, and just to get everybody galvanized again. Because after that happened, they were rolling. Like, they won 6 in a row after that happened, didn't they?
I mean, dude, it's lasted, yeah.
So,
it's lasted for sure.
You need to punch somebody in the face, Suns.
And lastly, some local news. Fully vaccinated Americans can enter Canada in mid-August for non-essential travel. So that's a step in the right direction, but it said mid-August. A lot of time until then. We have a full month, so a lot could change. Hopefully, nothing bad, though.
I'm going to go to Olad Avenue, stop by the Bull in the Barrel, stop by Wild Child, say what's up to the Cumsas, stop by 29. Like, it's going to... I can't wait. I love Canada. You know how much of my life I've spent over in Windsor.
Dude, 29 in Novi is amazing.
Yep.
But 29 in Windsor is off the chain.
Yeah, it's a different style nightclub. Paul Martindale's probably still going to be there, right?
Yeah, he's there.
Okay.
Occasionally. He used to be inside Caesar's Casino.
But yeah, shout out to the Cumsas too, keeping their bars open during this. They own the Bull in the Barrel in Canada, and you know, like a lot of people had to get creative on how they kept in business during the whole pandemic, and obviously bars were shut down. They're a bar/restaurant, so what they did is they still ordered like all their steaks and stuff, and ended up turning into pretty much a grocery store. Like they would deliver steaks and whatnot to people, and that's how they made their money through COVID. I thought it was a brilliant shift of your business model just to keep some money coming in.
And I mean, that's just telling of the quality of their meats, because if anyone's going to buy it for just ordering meat, then that's really telling.
Yeah. No, we got to go over there and eat, man. I'm trying to get them to open a bar in America.
Oh,
America.
Amazing.
Come on over to America, Cumsas.
And Jeff, we got to throw some what's trending with Jeff.
With Jeff's hair.
Yes, with Jeff's hair also. No, the first video, we know Giannis takes forever to shoot these free throws. All right, and you hear the crowd counting, but it seems a little fast. You don't hear the Mississippi in between the numbers. So we got a fan here that did the counting for us on her phone. So check this out. It's honestly interesting. It's way off, as you could probably predict, but look at him. He's getting ready to shoot. She ties... They're already on like 6. No, but I love it. I mean, if Giannis is going to speed up his form, keep doing it, because it's working. But he's shooting them better, so maybe you're actually helping him.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
No, that is the crazy thing. One game, he was shooting every time on 12, and he was shooting like 70%. It's like, dude, you're giving this guy his rhythm.
Yeah,
Stop it.
Exactly. You're almost giving him the rhythm. I mean, it's better just to be screaming at the guy. But
right.
The second video... it's for the MLB fans. You have Bryce Harper. You think, do other guys from other sports really care about the finals of other sports? Well, a fan answered that question for you. They asked Bryce Harper what he thought of the Phoenix Suns versus Milwaukee Bucks game, and he gave his opinion pretty honestly. Check this out.
Bryce, left hand Bucks, right hand Suns.
I like how badass he just turned around and just with his flow and just was like, I could care less.
The
and just
hand
turned
gesture
around.
is what's great. The hand gesture when he's like, I couldn't care less like that.
And the fan's disappointment, he's just like, oh. I mean, dang. But anyway, Bryce Harper, he's done that some things like that in the past. He's a pretty hothead. But the third video, I think I might have found a female version of Yao Ming, guys. China, this woman is 14 years old. She's 7'4". She's a tall woman, and she's playing in the Chinese Nationals against other 14-year-olds. And talk about barbecue chicken. She is abusing these kids. Check this out. And
the jump ball gets me.
The jump ball. Her just slapping the jump ball is the most iconic
Why is
thing.
she not dunking? It's honestly bothering me. I want to see her dunk.
I wonder if they told her no dunks, because it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's not fair. No foul called or anything, so I took that hit and I learned a very valuable lesson that day.
No, but look to see, her name is Zhang Ziyu, so maybe WNBA potentially in the future. Right? She is humongous.
Yeah,
Zhang Ziyu.
Keep your radar. You think she's done growing?
I don't know, because in logical sense, it's like she's 14, so no. But it's like, how much do you grow more if you're 7'4"? So I don't know. You know what? She could grow to 7'8", 7'6", like Yao Ming. But either way, I don't know. I probably wouldn't want to grow anymore if you're 7'4". You probably just want to. I wonder how tall her parents are. That's probably my first question.
Short.
Yeah, like they got to be each 7 foot. But yeah, that's what's trending with Jeff today.
Trending with Jeff's hair, actually.
And trending with Jeff's hair and Adam. Look at he's in the studio.
Yeah,
too.
look at that. Look how beautiful we got.
Yeah, you know I hate Kareem. I swear to God, you are just.
We got the hair cam.
The hair cam.
We need a hair cam. You know that'd be great.
Yeah, we don't even need to see Jeff's face anymore when he's talking. Joey, you got dumbass of the day?
Yes, I got a dumbass of the day, but before that, I just wanted to give a shout out to my people over there at Bridge Street Exchange in downtown Fenton, because I love them. Everything about them is amazing, and you could get 15% off your entire order just by going in there, telling them that Woodward Sports sent you. And they also got titanium buzz in there, so if you're looking for cool rings, like, you don't want that just basic boring wedding ring or engagement ring. Get a cool one. They got a whole bunch of soccer teams, soccer balls and sports, and just cool. They got guns, America, flags.
America.
Amazing. Check them out for yourself right now. Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton, and they got the location inside a Somerset Collection.
Now let's do dumbass of the day.
The Detroit Pistons select Darko Milicic.
World's dumbest criminal.
Well, so much for me calling him savvy because he had no idea where he's on the field.
When he crosses too many timeouts, it's a technical foul.
Dumbass!
We go to a Yankees prospect by the name of Jason Dominguez, who crushes the ball, got all the way to third base, where it all went bad. Beautiful hit.
Tell he's already running a little too fast for himself. Oh! Oh no. Is he hurt or embarrassed?
Embarrassed. He was laughing.
All right.
He was laughing. He was embarrassed. I know.
Big fella was coming in hot.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're going to be a Yankees prospect, at least learn how to slide, my man.
Dude, I slid last night in softball for the first time in like years.
Was it scary?
It wasn't scary.
You were scared. You thought that was going to happen to you.
No, it wasn't scary, but like...
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like my arm's all jacked up now. See if you can see that at the bottom. And then I'm not sure if you can see this on my back, but
you got messed up.
I railed my back. Yeah. Look
oh.
At that. Yeah, look at that. Gotta move the mic. But...
All off of one slide.
Yeah, and I don't know how I scratched my back on a slide.
Here's the question: were you safe?
Yeah, I was definitely safe.
Okay.
But yeah, and just for your record, the Space Dogs won. So. Hell yeah. It was a good win last night. Joik played. Adam played. Adam had a hell of a game hitting. I hit like shit last night, but I played well in the field. So
how did Joik hit?
Joik actually struck out yesterday.
In softball?
He was getting cute and batted left-handed, and then he struck out on two like complete whiff swings. But overall, Joik is a tremendous athlete.
Man, y'all ever need a sub, I need you to hit me and Corey up.
Well, in 2 weeks, the playoffs start, so you guys should come out and watch us play playoffs. And then I committed to fall ball, so
so you're committed.
Yeah, middle of August starts fall ball, double headers every Thursday. So
Corey and I are going to be in Canada in the middle of August. Sorry.
Well, thank you guys for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show. Corey's got one more thing to say.
Oh yeah, this is kind of shit. I know I kind of got checked out a little bit. Just got some unfortunate news. One of my high school classmates, don't want to put his name out there, just found out he was gunned down last night. Avid supporter of Woodward Sports, kept asking me to, like, hey, you gotta, when the PAL and everything starts back up, you gotta get the kids on there, you gotta interview the kids and everything like that. And then just to get the news that he was gunned down, he has kids himself. That is kind of just kind of threw me off. I don't want to say his name out of respect for the family, but a few reliable sources just said that. So to all my Ferndale high school classmates, praying for everybody. And yeah, that just threw me off.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah,
man.
So I don't want to end it on a sad note, but the guy, he loved, he shot, he liked.
Was that
Woodward
here,
Sports.
local in Detroit?
Yeah, it happened in Detroit. He liked Woodward Sports. Avid supporter of what we do. So just a tough situation.
Well, sorry you got to deal with that, Corey. Yeah. And obviously, like, life is more important than anything that we ever say or do. Like, honestly, I had this conversation with somebody that works here yesterday who lost somebody in their family. And once again, I'm not going to put their business out there. But, things matter, but family and life matters more than anything. Like whether it's your job, whether it's something that you committed to, nothing matters more than family and your friends. That's it.
Especially a job like this where, Corey, you're always putting everything Woodward Sports first, no matter what. And I'm sure you miss a lot of family functions and things like that. But things like this, they always comes first.
Yeah. Sorry to hear about that, Corey. Prayers to you and the rest of your family and his family, especially his kids, man.
Yeah, that's the one thing all of us as high school is like, shit, it's kids.
Yeah. I mean, I lost my dad when I was, 36. And it was tough for me to handle. I can't even imagine being a kid and losing your father.
Yeah, that's
like that. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be safe. Be nice to each other. Be kind to each other. You never know what battles other people are fighting day by day. And have a great weekend. Baligian and Bell is up next from 11 to 1. And then 3 to 5, we have The Hook. And then don't forget tonight at 10 p.m., EpEcenter with Mikey going over all the greatest events going on the streaming world for all of esports. They go through and do like some highlights, some top 10 plays, and then they commentate on people that are live streaming. Really cool show that happens every night, 10 p.m. right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Have a great weekend.